Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video in which I'm going to be analyzing Time Traveler coming to Silver Dollar City in 2018. In this one day there have been 5 coasters announced, and this is the one that wasn't with Cedar Fair. And this is getting quite a bit of attention too, and I think it should give a lot of intention of intention. No, attention. There we go. Now I can speak. Okay, so I am looking at the website of Silver Dollar City right now, and basically what this thing is it's a Mack rides. Like, it's a huge Mack coaster, and it's a Mack spinning coaster. So it's the world's first. It's the first and only Mack fastest. Okay, so what the website says, it says fastest, steepest, and tallest complete circuit spinning roller coaster in the world, and it says it's the first and only with 3 inversions, the first and only with the vertical loop, and the first and only with a double launch. Yeah, so the ride's called Time Traveler, and I don't know if anyone knew about it, but there is a poll from Silver Dollar City that you could select the theme of the ride you wanted to come to Silver Dollar City, and I actually voted. I voted for Time Traveler, so you can thank me for this one. I'm just joking. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump right into the stats, and then I'm gonna get into the layout, and I'm gonna discuss some theming. So the stats, it says the fastest, steepest, tallest complete circuit spinning roller coaster in the world. So, and the thing is, it's the only spinning coaster with inversions. You might remember they put a spinning car on Blue Fire, but that was just a prototype. They didn't actually go with that. But this is a full controlled spin, so you don't like spin out of control, because no one likes that. No one likes that. Yeah, so the stats here: an unprecedented speed. It goes a top speed of 50.3 miles per hour, which, when you think of it, with 2 launches, it's not that impressive, to be honest. You would expect a little bit more here. And it has a 10 to, and its highest point is 100 feet. And get this, it's right out of the station. The station is the highest point of the ride. This ride hugs the terrain like crazy. It's a 10-story, 100-foot, 90-degree vertical drop, and it like hangs you halfway through the drop too. So I think that's awesome. It says, and yeah, this coaster is like a terrain. It's really terrain. It's really a terrain coaster. Now the biggest thing that stands out from me is the investment price. Now, usually to build something like a B&M, like your good old great B&M coaster, it would be like, what, 18, 20, 22 million dollars? This is a smaller roller coaster, technically a little bit smaller. It's actually probably about the same scale, but just, like, in general, smaller. It's Silver Dollar City invested $26 million into this ride. Now, the reason I think that could happen is because this ride hugs the terrain so much. It like hugs it, and it like uses the terrain to do different things, and it weaves around different roller coasters. And it has the brake run has a big building in it, and there's a big huge station. So, and I'm guessing they're gonna spend some money on theming, which I don't know why it would cost $26 million for like theming. But yeah, this is Silver Dollar City's biggest investment yet. And the track length is more than 3,000 feet long. It's more than a half mile, 3,020 feet. And it has 3 inversions, and has most inversions ever on a spinning coaster. Duh, because it's the only spinning coaster. It has of course, as I said, dive loop, 0G roll, and vertical loop, and the first and only vertical loop in the world. Its 2 launches are linear synchronous motors. LSM launches, horizontal and incline launches. Ride duration of 1 minute and 57 seconds. It has 360-degree spinning vehicles, 3 trains carrying 3 trains carrying 16 passengers, 2 per row, 2 per vehicle, 4 per train. Okay, so now that you know all the stats, I'm going to go in depth, and we're going to go explain, and we're going to go into the layout here. So as you can see, the layout, you start at the station, and the station is 100 feet above the ground, and then you do a, like, almost dive coaster element, like a stalling vertical drop out of the station, like right out of the station. You go out, and you go right down, and you go up, and then you go across a slightly banked section of track, and you go into a dive loop, which is a pretty cool dive loop. It's just, some people might say it's just a dive loop, but it is just a dive loop. But it's kind of cool. It's like a big dive loop that goes over the first launch section and under the or through the vertical loop, which is pretty dang cool if you ask me. And so then after that dive loop, you're gonna go up the mountain, because out of the station you dive down into the valley of the mountain, and then you go up the mountain out from the dive loop, and you go through a hard bank turn to the left, or not hard bank, but a bank to the left and a bank to the right, and then you're going to go into your first launch section. Now what's interesting about this first launch section to me is that they don't keep all your speed that you just had. They stop you completely, and then you tilt, and you incline a couple degrees, and then you launch off again. Now this launch is I think it's 0 to 45 miles an hour. Let me check on this. It's yeah, but it has a big launch. It's a 0 to 47 miles an hour in 3 seconds. The first launch is 0 to 47 miles an hour in 3 seconds, and the second launch is 30 to 45 miles an hour in 3.5 seconds. So then, after this first launch, you go into this big overbank, and then you plunge down, banking into this big vertical loop. It's a 95-foot tall loop, and it's the only one of its kind in the world. After you do the loop, you go up the mountainside on the other side, and you do like a twisted air time, kind of like a storm chaser kind of moment. If you know, in Storm Chaser, you go down the barrel roll drop over the airtime hill around the overbank turn. You get that twisted air time the first time, and the second time, that's kind of what it is. It's kind of whips you around. I don't know if you'll get air time there or not, because we don't quite know yet. It looks like you're gonna have air time, but anyways, moving on. You go through like a helix there, and you do a 0G roll. You take a turn to the left, and then you continue your speed, and you go from 30 to 45 miles an hour in 3.5 seconds. And on a second launch, it sends you up a big, almost like sideways top hat thing. It's really cool. Then you go back and up into the brake run and around into the station. So overall, this layout, it looks like it's going to be a fun ride. I mean, it has some really good elements. I'm just surprised they added all of the spinning element to it, because we don't quite have in America something like Helix or Blue Fire, like a real true Mack coaster. I would like to see without the spinning trains. I would like to see them run 2 trains. Just to see, like, they could still run the spinning trains. I'd like to see them run 2 trains. The one train with the spinning aspect and the one train without the spinning aspect. That would be interesting to see how the ride experience changes. Well, anyways, with the spinning element, it's a controlled spin, like I mentioned before. So it doesn't mean in those boardwalk spinning rides you go just spinning uncontrollably. This will not happen. You're all controlled, so you won't go insane. You won't throw up. Well, I can't guarantee that, but you won't you get what I'm saying here. And so yeah, I think this is gonna be a very solid addition to Silver Dollar City. I love the logo and the name. That's kind of cool. And for the last thing, I'm gonna touch up on theming. It's it has a they have a whole video for like theming or like the story behind it. And I watched it and I'm not quite sure what the theme is. It says like do good is the kind of theme of it. It's like it's really hard to explain. You have to watch the video and go to Silver Dollar City and then watch the theming video. Just Silver Dollar City has a YouTube channel. Go there and then watch the video. You can see for yourself there. I might link it in the description. I might not. And so yeah, in the station, pretty big station. So I would expect quite a bit of theming in there, especially for the amount of money they spent on it. And yeah, so as to when this opening, 2018, get out to Silver Dollar City. This looks like a great attraction to go see. So that's it, and I'll see you guys in the next video.